Yep, sure thing. This one is for Ryan. I guess I wondered, what your instructions, I guess, have been so far on this tour, like, what are expectations? Obviously, you've been sort of waiting in the wings there for a while there to get your test debut. Do you think that it's likely to come at this stage? Yeah, what are your sort of thoughts about
that? Instructions, not really a whole lot. It's sort of just come in and sort of fit in as well as you can. Do your homework and understand any small changes. I've sort of been in and around it for a little bit now, so I'm quite familiar with the calls, but there's always a bit of stuff to pick up on. And it's early in the week, so no selections yet, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I was just wondering, question for both of you, Ryan and Brandon. What do you know about Ellis Park and just the challenges of playing there, and also how are you finding the altitude there, just training?
Obviously, we know the biggest thing about Ellis Park is the altitude, and that I think plays a bit of a part in how the game will be played. It's a good thing that we're here now, so we get to kind of acclimatise to that altitude. I know that boys are excited. We've had a couple of training runs already, and being familiar with the plays is huge for us. And I think for us, if we nail our own detail, it'll go a long way to giving a good performance. We're trying not to think too much about the altitude though, because in the end, if we nail our plays, nail our own individual roles, as I said, it'll go a long way for us. So yeah.
Can we just get a bit more of an extension from Ryan around, what is it like? He's been part of the squads in the past, but he's kind of been like a training member. Like, what are the real differences, and how does he feel like now at the moment? When he got told that he was in, how did he feel, that kind of stuff?
Quite the same, to be honest. Just sort of come in and play my part, and we'll see what happens throughout the week. Like you said, I've sort of been in and out a few times, so I'll just try to train the best I can throughout the week, and we'll see what happens on the weekend.
And just an extension on it, Ryan, did you ever think about this moment, it might not come, and did you ever think about heading overseas, or like a lot of other people do?
I definitely thought about it. But I just recently signed 2 years because I want to stay here and play. So, my focus is on representing Canberra and my country. So, excited to be able to do that when I can.
I might just ask another question. Brandon, what obviously there was a great excitement after beating the Lions in Sydney. Do you think that the group is feeling like this is even a bigger test now, that the back-to-back world champions at a place that the Wallabies haven't won at since 1963, and the All Blacks didn't win it last year either?
I think it's really easy to look at what South Africa have done in the past, and obviously they're a world-class team, and for us it's just taking them for face value. For us it's just seeing them, what they do in front of our eyes, in front of us at Ellis Park. Obviously we can put together as many scenarios or plays as we want, but in the end we're playing them at Ellis Park, and that's how we're going to take them, face value. We built quite nicely over the Lion series, and we're looking at continuing that momentum into this game, which is really important for us.
So is it almost like you don't want to put the Springboks on a pedestal? Like in the past, people didn't call the All Blacks, that, might say that they're, New Zealand. Is that almost like the mental kind of shift, that you don't want to view them as these like untouchable kind of giants?
Yeah, well, essentially, you put it perfectly. Obviously, we respect what they've done. We respect them as a team, and them going on and winning World Cups. But for us, as I said, we're just going to take it for face value and face them what we see in front of our faces in Ellis Park is how we're going to see them.
Just Brandon, have you or Ryan, have you had an opportunity to speak to any of the boys, maybe like slips, who have experienced Ellis Park, just what it's going to be like? Or obviously you know, we've all seen it on TV. How are you just going to tap into what you're going to face?
No, I haven't spoken to Jimmy about it or anyone else that's played there. So, yeah, sorry, I got nothing for you there.
And for me, mate, I haven't spoken to anyone about it. I think the most important thing for us is just knowing our own roles, individual roles, to play our part in the team and get the result that we need. So that's the most important thing for us.
Boys, well, you know, like you got in like Saturday night. What was your Sunday like? Did everyone get to the game reserves? I imagine like a good third of the squad probably hasn't even been to South Africa. So can you just talk a little bit about what it's been like in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, we got out and about yesterday. Little sort of visit to a safari park in the morning, and then we had just a few meetings in the afternoon. Bit of a walkthrough just to get over a bit of detail and keep us awake, really. So, yeah, first couple of days we're trying to sort of get over the jet lag and get a little bit of detail in whilst experiencing a little bit of South Africa.
And is, you know, everyone fit and firing for the week? Like, you know, Nella kind of picked up a little toe injury, but do you expect him to be packing down like a rhino this week at training?
Yeah, mate, everybody's ready to rock and roll, mate. Everyone's excited.
And what about you, Brandon? Mate, like you came back in for the third test, obviously against the Lions, and now packing down against one of the best scrums in the world. Like, it's been a pretty whirlwind month for you as well.
Yeah, mate, it's kept me on my toes, to tell you that. It's been exciting the past month for myself personally. And if I do get that opportunity on Saturday afternoon here in Joburg to play against the Springboks, it'll be a huge honour for myself to be able to face them and essentially enjoy the moment. So hopefully I get to experience that.
I think you came in later on in the TRC last year, Brandon. What are some of the lessons that the Wallabies have kind of learned over the last 12 months? Because it's pretty much like 12 months since the day since you guys took them on home soil and obviously didn't get the result. So do you feel like the group is almost viewing this as a bit of a litmus test about where you guys are at and righting some of the wrongs from last year?
Yeah, I think we already saw that, and we showed that in the Lions series. I think it's just building character and just showing our character and who we are, and continually carrying on that momentum and going to another level in the TRC. We just want to build off the back of that last Lions game, essentially. So yeah.
Are you expecting more trick plays from Rassie? You know, they did the double line-outs last year with the rolling walls and changing positions there, and how do you prepare for something like that?
Mate, the truth is, mate, you just got to expect everything. That's the honest truth. You know, you can never know what's in Rassie's back pocket. But if we just stick to our own process and do what we do best, then it'll go a long way for us.
Brandon, this is Mel again. I just wondered, like, do you guys feel kind of battle hardened? Like, maybe there's been times in the past when you've faced South Africa and you might have been a bit underdone as a team, but having those 3 tests, like, it's been such a sort of ideal preparation for the trip to Ellis Park and the challenge of facing them.
I definitely think we're at a better place now than we were 12 months ago. Off the back of a really good win against the Lions, as I said, we just want to continue to build that momentum going into the TRC against South Africa, Argentina, and then the All Blacks. First stop though was here at Ellis Park, so we're looking at definitely continuing that momentum and
obviously, it's been a big week for your family as well, obviously, because you've got Katalina as well, who's literally just departed for the World Cup to head to England. Has it been kind of a lot of conversations between you and her about how you've got both been? Because I know you were there at North Sydney Oval cheering her on when they got the dub over Wales.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome for my sister. I'm really proud of her. Let's just say we've had a lot of conversations about the scrum and lineouts and all that stuff, and I'm excited to watch her ripping at the World Cup. Hopefully she gets to have some good minutes. It's been in the Paenga-Amosa household has been buzzing, I'd say, the last couple of weeks. I'm just excited to watch her rip in.